Sage, and who are, in my opinion, kind of slow agents. So that'll be something, it'll be difficult to fight for map control, and it's going to be a lot of heavy defaults come the attack side for Aspyre, but starting on the defense now, maybe they can, this is where they need probably to get their best work done, is just to lock down certain parts of the map. And for the Guppies, who needs Jet? You got Reyna. Chiquita trying to bring the heat. As we get in here into map number 2. Slowly, it's quiet. It's quiet jump up here for Fruta. Now gonna make their move. The wall is just gonna get broken down. The wall was hoping to delay them out, but now it's only Tazzy on the site. The rotations are kind of far away, but slow orb stopping power, not to be underestimated. They're gonna pause for just a bit here on the side of the Guppies. But the thing is, they've also taken plenty of map control. They gotta be paranoid. If there's players up cat, there's also players up middle. They're kind of expanding throughout the map into various different angles, and Chiquita's gonna open up, and now they could potentially split this B site where it is only ladder moves in B main.
Do they know? Yep, they do know, and ladder move tries to take the fight. Unfortunately, loses it. Chiquita, 2 kills on the round before eventually falling. Notably, Vroom is on the Omen. And Malone is on the Sky this time around, so maybe not the most familiar from what we saw in the map previous, but it's seemingly going the way that we saw the map previous as Vroom hits the brakes on Ares, and Tazzy hopes for the best, but the shots just go wide, and Fruta will close us out of the round. It's the pistol, the way of the Guppies. And this spells, it feels like it just spells disaster. At the start of this round, Tazzy puts that wall up super early, and it gets cut down immediately. It's the right play for the Guppies, right? And then at that point, there's still a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. It's basically like the round just started, and you're without Sage utility.
So the Guppies, again, I mean, they are hard pressed to get aggressive and take fights. Chiquita, relentless. Doing this, Reyna don't lurk, is what I will say. Entering in, looking for a dismiss, a quick opener, but gonna slam that door shut. And you are not getting into this site. Spike's gonna get planted, 5 on 5. I mean, there's a couple of bits and pieces of utility here for Aspyre. A Paranoia, it needs to find giga value, and well, we'll see how this pans out in the 5 on 5 post play.
Here come the shock darts to delay. Tazzy building at 1 with just the classic, but they're immediately traded right back. The Spectre's proven to be just a bit too much. A team ace for the second round for the Guppies. Everybody getting a slice of the pizza there. But now, Aspyre, they get to try again, and Ares will betray us in picking up the Odin here in round 3.
Again, horrible. Again, my already deteriorating view of Ares buying Odin has deteriorated even further as he's bought yet another Odin on Ascent. Impossible. Reality shattered. But 2-0 start for Guppy is the real reality that we're in that hasn't been shattered. Bonus round up and coming, though. They're just going to go for a cat blitz right now, but there's also tags coming through, and Malone will fall first, and that cat split gets the brakes slammed on it immediately. Just Demon playing around these smokes. He's also hunting for more. He wants extras.
Oof. Yeah, he's going to pop this Tailwind here. He takes a bit of damage through the wall, which means these Spectres get a little stronger, but maybe not the most. 3 HP and a shot through the wall as Chiquita will follow. Lear goes out and ladder moves. Forced to back away, so a weapon retrieved. It was only a Sheriff previously in the hands of the Reyna. Now a Vandal as the suspension builds both out towards mid and here in B main.
Caution here.
It is the Odin on Ares, though, and a group. You need to be spaced well, or else you're all going to get sprayed down by one player.
Going up. No charges.
Drone goes in
Blinding.
and actually forces off the Odin, and so Ares, he's going to be in a bit of a bind as he has the entire team bearing down on him.
30 seconds left.
A bit of a bind here on Ascent, and here comes the Odin, but it's peeking the wrong angle for now, and the backstab is just too good as Vroom has got himself a nice big upgrade. But Smiley is here, he's doing it again. The B site, it's his to claim. Now Tazzy Needs to match that same energy. Needs to find a kill onto Fruta, but the bullets just escape him. In the round, the bonus, it's converted by Guppies.
And that's rough. Again, another bonus round for the Guppies. Well, this time, the thing is here for Aspyre is they just cannot catch a break. They cannot get past these opening starts for them. Have been, I mean, horrendous throughout the season. They've gotten pistols, but every time they've gotten pistols, they've gotten eco. And I don't think they've even picked up many pistols for themselves to start at these games. And they've already been behind so far. They even come to gun rounds. I mean, maybe those gun rounds may be 50-50, but getting these pistols in early starts puts you so far ahead if you're the Guppies. Oh, but Fruta off angle being held, and they're just gonna get cleaned up. Normally, that would just call the end of the round into question. Neural theft utilized. 3v4. They're just gonna TP in the back of the site. They know Ladder Moose isn't here. The Ladder Moose, he did this on Ascent before, but just because that happened, maybe something. Good tags through the smoke, but unfortunately here, Tanner, they're for the most part locked out. Aspyre are playing from behind. And again, geared up to be the 4-0 start, unless we get some spice.
Yeah, this is a tall ask. Although a rifle in hand for Smiling. Again, the B-side has been his sight to claim. Recon Bolt, the dark cover just in time. Unfortunately, there's a trap wire just at his feet. Now, containment seems to be name of the game. They're running out of time, so they want to keep the attack of Guppies here on the side as that spike blows. Because the reinvestment should be A-okay on the other side. Meanwhile, they fight their way out towards the spawn, and Smiley doing just enough will strip away the Odin. And now look for just a bit more. It's Fruta around the corner, and it's Fruta to find the kill. So the round conceded, the damage done. But again, that's just the Aspyre way. They do the damage, but can't convert on the round win.
They need to get this one now. I mean, okay, and even then, like, I'm now looking at the credits for the Guppies, and okay, you did some damage, but I think they're still certainly gonna get a bye next round.
Yeah.
I don't think that's, it might have some interesting things, but first things first here for Aspyre, you have to win the round, and then Guppies are gonna have another purchase. They aren't getting any freebies here for Aspyre, and it makes this game so difficult to come back, and they need to turn around what has been going on today. And Demon dashing in, not able to find the opener, not quite the movement he so desired. And now just a turnaround here for Guppies, back at the cat.
He does eventually convert on the kill, so Smiley can help his team out for another. As room falls, it's a spike now down. Out towards tree. It's been picked up, though. Fruta needs to dodge out on the drone, and I'm not too sure if he did so. He wanted to push aggressive onto the Sova, but too many defenders protecting their teammates as Vicey stares down the barrel of 3 players inside the gardens. And, well, Aspyre, they find themselves around. But this, I mean, the script writers, fine. They don't let us get away from it. I feel like you can't be an Aspyre believer until they really start to show up. These onesies and twosies, we've seen this before. But now they have to keep moving it forward. And should they do so, they might get themselves that long-awaited economy reset in this next round for the Guppies.
That's, yeah, certainly the possibility. They got their 1, but now they need their 2. Still, everything is here for the Guppies, bar a couple of half armors here and there, which is certainly still fighting strength for the Guppies. So, be able to collect another orb here from Malone. 1 away from Seekers, perhaps. An Empress ready to go for Chiquita. Still could facilitate a pop-off. I think the biggest issue here, for at least for the composition of the Guppies, is they don't have a hardcore space maker. They need to frag out. Not just because of the rain up, but just genuinely speaking, no one to dash in, get a lot of room to gain up. So right now, dogging throughout the entire site, spots that ladder move, but forces the teleport, so they'll be able to go on through. But Chiquita takes a dink very early on, down to 7 points of health, and Ares as well. And the shutdown looking to be put together here by Aspyre. They'll get it together, 4-2. So Aspyre, finally, they find that economic reset that we were just so talking about.
Yeah, that was, hey, welcome to the grinder on a site there, just tossed on in. Chiquita taking so much damage. And the one thought that I had was, if you're Aspyre, you cannot give a kill or an assist over to this Reyna. And, well, they did so times 10, right? They made sure not to do that. And then some. And like you said, the reset on the economy, it's Sheriffs and one Spectre. And, well, already a player dead, make it 2. Chiquita next to fall. The wall bangs there. Malone just around the corner. The Sheriff headshot. It won't land up close and personal, but Frutas will, however. That's an Ares down. The spike to be retrieved. But still a very tall ask for Guppies to win this round.
Yeah, half HP for these remaining players. Boxed in are the rest. There is a universe where I see 2 Sheriff headshots coming through onto these players in towards the spawn side. There's a universe. Oh, they do go for the swing.
Oh, that's exactly what we needed to see. Not only do they win a gun round, they win that next gun round in near flawless fashion. That resets them to put another on the board. So it's rifles back in the hands of the Guppies. I think most importantly here for Aspyre is they are so far away from a reset that even should they start to go back to the losing ways, they're going to be A-okay to keep fighting for what they have. We go Paranoia out towards A main. Hunter Shuri on top of it. And okay, just like that, a tag, a frag. As the spike gets planted, it's Aspyre, 1 player ahead. The drone reveals nothing.
Vroom trying to fake out the teleport. Drops in up close, though. Barrel spotted, and Smiley's gonna get him. Now into the site they go. Malone, though, finds Demon, but caught with utility in hand. It gotta be Chiquita. 2 kills, though. Now overhealing, but can't quite finish it all up. He needs all of them now. 3 kills for Chiquita, making 4. All alone in towards hell. And boy, he is the real demon in the server. 5-3. The Guppies are still rolling.
No, no. You cannot let that happen. You can't give the Reyna 1v1s. That's the first rule. If somebody says, hey, how do I get better at Valorant? I say, do not give Reyna 1v1s. The util, it didn't even matter at the end there. There was 1 soul available, a Devour and a Dismiss, also allotted to Chiquita in that moment, but he didn't need it. He takes the fight. He wins it. 4 kills on it. I mean, that is just insane. And for Aspyre, sure, they have the economy, but where's that momentum? That is a huge round and a huge way to lose it.
Oh, man. Brutal, but at least a start here for Aspyre with Demon on it. Still Operator, still going back in for the site play, but blinded up. Could there be an entry here for Guppies?
Nowhere to run!
Demon dash about to expire. Vicey looking to use the Sova util to try and open up the site, clear out some of these angles, but nobody committing to that one just yet. It's a spike out towards tiles still. And it's Chiquita working his way all the way around the map. Cypher util set up, so nobody pushing A main just yet. Obviously, they have that info. It's a play out towards mid for now.
Very slow creep up, but the rotation's already starting to arrive here for Aspyre. So sure, it'll be Smiley on first contact, but he has plenty of players by his side.
Shadows traveling.
Oh, Vicey through the cage, able to find 1. Smiley! I thought maybe he was going to get a little weird for just a second, and he does. The hat goes out. Chiquita falls. The next one up is Vicey, and he meets that same exact fate as we're running out of time. That spike has to get planted, and it has to be Fruta to do so. The backstab just around the corner. The op just atop as the Jet going to jump on down. It's Demon. 3 kills on the round. Aspyre will find their 4th, and it was the scramble there at the end.
Oh, man. Guppies still almost made it happen. Smiley had to come up with a big 2K to reel it in. Even then, it still looked like Fruta had opportunities for clutches. Still, these rounds bring sweat to your brow if you're our Aspyre. But now, okay, Another eco, another day. It feels like Aspyre have not even had any of these today. It feels like there's still some wind in the sail, some new life to be had here for Aspyre on this defensive side. Now running the dog throughout all of the, oh no! Up towards the garden side, wall in hand, almost finds the kill on Tazi. Oh, it even has a gap to play with too. Very cheesy way to play that wall. Joined now by Ares. That crisis averted, but maybe another crisis about to happen as they're looking to turn this one into a B-side split.
You hear the frenzies ringing. You can't be too worried if you're Aspyre, but you do still have to give your respects. Recon Volt, that will reveal, and Ares goes down. That's an Odin to be had, but ladder moves. Gonna make sure that the damage gets mitigated. The numbers swing back in favor, but the classic from Fruta, it's so good. He's healthy. He's got the spike in tow, and it's gonna get planted here on the B side. A player ahead now are the Guppies somehow.
Oh, a miscommunication for Aspyre could cost them dearly. They can't afford to lose Thrifties. It's the simple fact of the matter. Completing the teleport here, Smiley. He's making lots of noise. They're gonna be backs turned here, and Vroom's gonna get him. Tazi 2v3, trying to isolate this kill onto Vroom. Shock Dart goes in, and now it's a 2v2.
Trapwire taken down. Dart goes out. Fruta still collecting.
No.
Fruta once more. And it's a Guppy Thrifty for their 6th. You said it last series. I think you said it last game too, Fi. If you're Aspyre, you just cannot get thriftied. And that just seems to be the tail of the tape for this team.
I mean, they're lucky they get another buy-in. Sometimes it's just a full economic reset off the back of it. They are very lucky that they have at least an insurance policy for this one. But it gets Guppies back on their feet to still fight. They at least guarantee themselves a tie half, if not more, as they're just going to go run it and gun it for the A-site play. The paranoia is good, but there's nothing, you can't wide swing into 4 players, no matter if they're blind or not. And so 5 on 5. They're gonna try and maybe pop through. There is a nasty crossfire, but the ping's not landing on anyone. The Guppies bite down on the bait. Seems not for the moment. They're just gonna glide back and forth. There's always the opportunity for a re-execute. So they're gonna work other parts of the map here. Just making sure that, you know, their flanks are clear. Who knows? Maybe they might run over a flanking player.
Destroyed.
And force rotates out of these remaining players. Putting a lot of emphasis onto Chiquita to work this map control right here.
Tazi's about to have the angle. Oh, man, he only gets one. Malone there to trade, but the op is here. Gonna re-peek his Demon. But look at this, up close and personal. Is he ready for the flash? He dashes to safety, but it's not in time. As the player on the site, it was only Smiley, and well, he's now taking his leave as Malone has got 4 kills on it. Their neural theft, the Seekers, everything to confirm. Ladder moves position. And well, he's full health. He's able to stop the ace, but now it's all down to the clutch, the 1v1. And yeah, just behind him, the glass is broken, and Fruta's got the play once more from classic work to phantom work. Another round secured for the Guppies.
7-4 right now. The Guppies on top. Malone, again, bottom of the server, and finds a 4K. And it's not like, and I think right now for the setups, at least for Aspyre, it's more or less one and done positions that are being played, or 1-4-1. 1v1s, lots of things to have. The team play, I'm not quite seeing it from the defender side. Setups, and then the frags are coming through. This time around, though, it's a concerted push. But they run right into Fruta. He's been on fire, and he even gets a double kill to absolutely sink the round for Aspyre. 2v4 for Tazi.
One enemy
The judge,
Wow.
tough luck. You know, some things are not really meant to be. Tanner. Aspyre had their chances in this game. I think this game can go without saying that Aspyre They were able to break the economy of their opponent. They're able to... The Smiley's just going to ignore that. See the clutch here for Smiley. It's at least an attempt. They've had the chances so far throughout this game, Tanner. It's still... We're still getting the same result.
Switching sides.
8-4 now. The Guppies with the lead. And if you remember, the attack side for Aspyre got 0 rounds against the likes of Hee Hee Ha, despite having a 6-6 half. This is dire straits, is the way to phrase it.
Yeah, dire straits. Demon and Smiley still at the top here on Ascent, but not quite having the same game that they had against H to the 4th power. It all comes down to this pistol round. They need to be good for it. They stack themselves up out towards the B site. 5 players strong. Paranoia out. They want to do it quick. And there's nobody here to deny just yet. Searching for the trap wires. Door gets closed. Dash on in. Fruta, here we go with the classic again. The classic warrior. A dink on the Tazzy as he looks the wrong way. The wall goes up to try and block the angle, but it's a 2-for-1 thus far. And the defense, they're quick on it. Vroom, vroom, says the Ferrari. Swing with the ghost. He'll find another. And Guppies, they're not letting up. They refuse to give up like this. Qualification on the line, and they're 4 rounds away from it.
Again, it's... I think Demon on these entries has just been disconnected a bit from the play on a lot of these maps. Even the Cypher utility has shut him down. I mean, the Cypher is the counter to a person who is just trying to hard entry. That's the biggest thing. You have to run through cages. You're just in such a mess trying to find the way into the site, and Demon shut down again. Some things have to change, and ladder moves, I think, has been the one bright light for Aspyre so far today, and that will help out. And Demon also following up too. Maybe a change in wins here for Aspyre. A certain opportunity, but oh, Fruta, he doesn't care. That's huge information right now for him. He's going to continue pushing, but the classic just beat an Ares in a straight head-to-head. But the spike still in transition. Vroom can hunt.
Yeah, this got weird.
Spike planted.
You know, there's still a chance. I think that... Oh, well, now that I see the wall in spawn. I will retract my statements here, Tanner. I don't really like the position the room's been found in.
Thrifty.
1v4 and, ouch.
Yeah.
All right. Aspyre, a Thrifty. They've had 2 of those so far this game. That's going to need to be the way they get back into this one, Tanner.
So this is kind of what we saw happen to Aspyre, where they got Thrifty flawless in the last one, and the economy gets super jumbled, super messed up. Also, it's Smiley with the Ares. It's Ares with the Spectre. What is going on in this world? None of it makes sense to me anymore. But Aspyre already 100% better than they were the last time we saw them on Ascent. And this one surely should go their way. They left the one anchor in Fruta here, and I mean, Fruta does feel like multiple players, but it's a heavy stack out towards B. With that drone, it's actually bought these rotations.
It's still it's a kill trip setup, though, from the side of the Guppies, and Malone probably wants to take the time to reload that shorty. Trying to fight out versus Demon, trying to create space, though, Demon. Very well played. Getting out of range with that shorty. Don't tell me the classic gets what it does. The tippity taps. But the 3-on-4 here for the Guppies. I don't really like their position at the moment. I don't envy them.
Spike planted.
Taking apart the wall, hoping to find something.
Oh, that's not what you wanted to find. The Ares just on the other side. Vroom almost finding something on the angle. The classic still going to work, and that's an Ares down. It's a comfortable weapon for any Sova player, but Vicey Gonna back away from it. Now the headshot angle. Ooh, no jump up from Tazzy. Oh, there he goes. Finally starting to jump up. Will peek his head on out and sit Vicey down. Aspyre, they collect another round. They lose 2 in doing so. And now we see if they opt into the reinvestment or if they look to just bonus. And oh my goodness, I mean, the economy flourishing. It's all Gucci, everything over there. They're fine to reinvest.
In fact, I would even make the consideration to keep fully purchasing up. I wouldn't even go for Spectres in this one. Just keep trying to keep the win column going for Aspyre. On the side of Guppies, however, Fruta has been 21 and 8. And that was like a tack side cipher for the most part. And oh my, we forget about Chiquita in the server. Well, catch the opening kill here. Ladder moves, 3 bullets, 1 headshot, and a 4v5. Vroom also aggressive, full mid control right now. And look where Chiquita is. He just spotted the spike.
Yeah. They don't know he's here. They're running knives out. They're having fun with it. Unfortunately, that's not a very fun outcome to kills away the Reyna as Demon. Oh, here on the B side, it's only Vicey to try and hold it down. The jet will drop, and through the wall, the bullets go. The op shot won't land. He goes for the next one. But the counter strafe, it's just too good. Tazzy ripped away from the classic, and Vroom, with all that positioning out towards mid, converts the round back in favor of Guppies, and they've got themselves a 4-round lead. They've got themselves double digits, but Aspyre still have weapons, and they still have hope.
Even if you do get the entries there on the B site, there's still Vroom cutting off the spike from the actual site. It would have taken a masterful duel from Ares to try and win it. But now 10-6. The Guppies back on their feet. And this is the last laugh for Aspyre. Lose this. And your time here in North Brunswick is quick. Maybe trying to turn this one back around. You have a Cypher setup in Malone to contend with here for Aspyre. Trying to put the pressure on the Malone. Falling first. I'm not sure what Demon was attempting to go with that there. In the meantime, Smiley is knocking on the doors of the B site. And Vicey can't flick. Huge for Smiley. They have to call in over the spike, though. And potentially, Chiquita could try to cut rotates from Cap, but the B site completely overrun here for the side of Aspyre. They'll be able to filter on in through B main. And you're going to have it. You're going to have the spike down. I think no problems here for Aspyre.
Spike planted.
Yeah, none at all. 4 players on the site, 1 inside main to the post-plant positions. They're not the worst here for Aspyre. The Empress is on. Lear goes out. Ladder falls. Demon there to trade it back or find another. Make it 3 on the round, but Vroom wants to battle forward, and 3 players in front of him is just too much. The health was too low, and Aspyre have done it once more. And it was Demon to fake, to sell that they're out towards A, right? That dash into the wall, that was all while the spike was still in spawn. They're just saying, hey, I'm going to updraft Tailwind into the wall. I'm going to sell that we're hitting this site. We're going to buy those rotations. Meanwhile, Smiley teleported into that B site. Nobody was there, and it was there for the taking.
All set up.
You know, that was actually, I didn't quite realize that, but now that's actually such an excellent way to fake a sound cue into a full execute, because you're expecting Demon to always be dashing into every single site you possibly can. And when you hear that, it's like, all right, he's in, folks. We gotta get ready for this. But now, aggression. Oh, Chiquita. No headshot found today. Guppies are having some fun with it.
I have the spike.
That's the way to phrase it. They're gonna commit the spike back to a site. Alone, Shorty. Don't tell me he got something here.
He gets heard, that's for sure. Footstep. Tag. Won't quite land, and now there's no smoke to play inside. So we'll hold the close angle here. And a main, meanwhile, for Aspyre. They are headed elsewhere. Once more, the B site on the docket here. They've checked all the boxes on their list as to where they want to go here in this round. And they've got a couple of cages that are stalling them out, but eventually it'll be 5 players strong. Ooh, Sheriff shots. Nice headshot there. Demon to fall, and
there's 3 here.
Yeah, things equalize now. There's a judge just around the corner, and Ares to fall. The resurrection used, and he almost gets more, but ladder moves bails them out huge, and the shorty from Malone, it's just not enough. That got scary, but Aspyre still get it done.
Absolutely terrifying that Judge could have done it at all in that situation. It was 2 kills on the plate. But he tried to transfer it over to the second player before he actually got the first kill. If he tried to full commit it to it for Vroom, there could have been a massive, massive opportunity just to make it a 1-for-1 and maybe get some damage on the next. But it's huge damage on the 2 players, but 0 kills. Maybe not the situation they wanted. For the side of the Guppies, well, they're still back on a bye, believe it or not, and Chiquita, operator, into tiles. No mid control, no A presence. It's going straight to B here, Tanner. They want blood.
Oof. B again. Tazzy gonna go up on the wall, but look at the team. They're looking to move out towards mid. The rotations. We'll see if they get answered. Chiquita in spawn with the operator. Here come the knives and the rest of the squad. Vroom left all on his lonesome here. The paranoia out. The footsteps are about to be heard. Malone finds Tazzy, so that's the first kill. Now on the site, Vroom holding it down, goes 1-for-1. So the odds are even. The site is open and it's Smiley. Now to look to get the plant down as ladder moves.
Spike planted.
Gonna grab himself the tour de force. Op v op here. From heaven to main. It's Malone on the backstab, but he gets backstabbed himself. Chiquita will fall, and Fruta now left to pick up the pieces. A 1v2, low HP on the Sova. Let's do 2 players to worry about nonetheless, and look at the rotations long from Ares. This is a very tall task.
Yeah, no cages either. He should have an idea that both are playing on the site itself, or rather in towards main, but they have the Hunter's Fury. That's going to be able to find out that he is not playing, and there's a tour de force waiting for him. No clutch attempt here for Fruta, and 9 rounds for Aspyre. All right, they're still fighting for this event, that's for sure. More ecos have to be brought out for Guppies. 10 rounds looking likely for Aspyre to even us up and finally break the double-digit mark that they've been unable to crack for all of today.
At some point we'll have to get the
They've been getting dominated, but finally they have some wind in their sails for once. They don't get clutched on. Finally some luck favoring Aspyre. Getting crunched in on from B main and maybe towards middle. An aggressive stance, but Demon more.
Well, yeah, everybody's starting to fall now. Tazzy will eventually get traded out, but nothing else to be had on that side of the map for Vicey. Okay. Seekers came out. I think that was a fat finger. He did not want to pop those Seekers. Instead, wanted to just heal up his teammate.
There's an isolated fight on the ladder moves here. This is still a very, very dangerous round. Oh my gosh, ladder moves completely blind, but they don't know where he is. And Demon's gonna get the kill anyways. Room 1-for-1. Maybe if the Seekers were used there, that could have provided an interesting fight. You never know. We will never know, though. As this round fades into memory, into the rearview mirror for Aspyre. Vicey in a 1v3.
Scanning ahead.
Hunter's Fury available, but not going to be used. Not even going to have the chance to use it as double-dinked ladder moves, but sometimes Valorant's unfair like that. 10-0 now, rocking for Aspyre.
Yeah, 10-all. It's going to be Guppies to rebuy. Aspyre sitting pretty for the rest of the game, what it feels like in way of economy. They shouldn't have to worry about a buy moving forward. And we get that timeout. It's Fruta to call it, and it's Guppies to try and reel it back in. They do have a lot of these ults for information, right? Obviously, that neural theft, it gets a little harder to use on the defensive side of things unless you're right up on a body. But those Seekers, you called it in that previous round, maybe could have alerted them to where ladder moves was playing. But more importantly, I think this is an ult that you can use in this round to re-garner information, because we've had this teeter-totter Aspyre, right? It's the traditional, I guess that's not the right word that I'm looking for, way of playing the game where you fake one site, you get all this utility, you buy the rotations, and then you just head the opposite direction. And that's what has been working. We'll see if I guess, more than just the ults, the utility that the Guppies have to play with in this round. And this timeout can be enough to really just plant their feet and say, hey, guys, let's not over-rotate, right? Let's make sure that the information that we're getting is correct information. Because they can't keep giving up sites for free.
I'm waiting for them to start fighting for map control. I think that's the biggest thing we've been missing from the Guppies. When they took up towards mid, worked out ultra nicely. When they haven't really fought towards A main or B main, really at all. Really kind of left without information. Kind of more or less playing a very stock standard defensive side here on Ascent. So popping the trip here. Without the map control, you can see how much there's ceded to the attack side. No A main control, so you kind of have to hold this A defense in place. No hard information in towards the B site. So right now, they are going to kind of get squeezed upon. Here for the side of the Guppies. They don't put up at least somewhat of a fight in towards middle. Aspyre just have so much space to maneuver that the Guppies are kind of guessing where they have to go. But Chiquita's actually going to commit himself back into Garden. And this might be the right move, but a dart thrown into the B site is going to draw that rotation away. And now Aspyre, they have an advantage attacking this A site.
30 seconds
That they
left.
do. Player advantage aplenty. Paranoia goes across the Seekers as well. Shots from Malone. They just go wide. No, eventually they land, but here comes Ladder Moves, finally finding that value with the Operator, and too many targets on the swing from Generator as Fruta and Vicey, two players of Rutgers, have to work together. Ooh, Hunter Shuri. Okay, that cuts the numbers down by 1. I don't know if that call out on the Sage. I think Tazzy was spotted rotating into hell. The drone taken down. Op in hand, needs to find the one tap, says Fruta, but he just can't do it. Vicey on the jump and Ladder Moves. He didn't get the value at the start of the round, but he was hoping for, but he gets plenty towards the end here. And it's Aspyre to battle themselves back and grab a lead.
Ladder Moves finding himself in a very advantageous position. And that's all off the back of the fact that Guppies, again, are just not fighting for map control. They get squeezed there. The rotation there from Chiquita was baited so easily. They threw a Sova dart into spawn, and that's what drew Chiquita away from the Garden side. Allowed for such an easy split to come through. That's what happens when you don't have information. You're more likely to make mistakes, not just like aim-wise, but positionally speaking. And so the Guppies got juked out. And what started off 7-5, 8-4 half right here for Aspyre has absolutely flipped. Of course, it had to take a thrifty to get them back into this game. But now they are fully up and running and gearing up for a third map to finally clinch a victory here in Brentwood. Rather, not in Brentwood, sorry. They already have clinched one there, but
Yeah.
North Brunswick. Finally, it feels like this has been a long overdue saga. And looking to just a dash right on through. Get things started. In already is Demon. And there's no real contest here for the Guppies. Quite conceded here, Tanner. And this should just be a formality for Aspyre, unless something wild comes out of the Guppies.
After that kill, the stack over towards the A site. Garners nothing. Fruta,
One enemy remaining.
not the man that he once was, with the classic in hand. The Operator does it once more for Ladder Moves. It's a flawless round for Aspyre. And it's quite possibly a map 3 here on the horizon. But the defense will be able to bolster up something. They've got the full buy into this one. We'll see what changes. Chiquita has been silenced, very quiet since moving over towards the defensive side of things. And I think if there's anybody that's going to fight for that space, why not this Reyna, right? That's Reyna doing Reyna things.
Right. Maybe the push into A main. I want to see at least a deeper nose press to the wall. You know, that's more like it. Get into A main. Make sure that they're not actually playing there. But you also have to have the right setup. You got to be wary of a potential paranoia. Without really any great flashes here for Aspyre, it could be dangerous.
2 players spotted out, 1 taken down. Chiquita trying to get some more. The paranoia comes through. Lear, but look at Smiley. He's so close. Chiquita still gets another one. And just about everybody, if not everyone, noted on this side of the map, so the rotations will come through. Resurrection will swing the numbers back in favor of Aspyre by 1. But the A side, it still hasn't been hit. The rotations, they're still possible.
They're coming back to middle. This is perfect read here from the Guppies. Oh, but he just made noise. Fruta's drop certainly had to be heard there by Aspyre. At the same time, though, Vroom is also in tiles. They are predicting the rotation here, Tanner. But he just went for the jump spot and didn't see anything. The timing couldn't be worse here for the Guppies. As he has to try and readjust, Fruta goes down. Vroom out towards middle, a 1-for-1. He does that from the shadows, though. He can get towards the back of the site or into spawn. And it could work out well, but he's been hurt. He's walled off. You're going to get a 2v2 for the map here for Aspyre. Make it 1. As now it is only the Omen, the clutch.
Oh, it got tricky for a second. Vroom had some space to work with because they weren't sure who was shooting down the wall, and they weren't sure where that teleport went, so they clear out backside, and now they have to know that Vroom is coming from somewhere else. And as you said, a 2v2 to close out the map, now turned 1v2, and it's ladder moves. Who better than Aspyre